But
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
I always talk before, and I always end up doing that. And then, oh man,
save the
every
good
time,
stuff, right?
save it. We'll already say some cool podcast stuff right away,
Yeah.
right? And I'll be like, "This is his whole why," and I missed it. All right, and welcome back to The Price for Paradise. My name's Woody, aka Creston Woods, and with me today we have a new friend, my man Joe Gaffney. Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
So, Joe, I had never met before, and so I love having people that I've never met before, but have been recommended to me by a good friend that's behind the camera, and I get to learn a lot. I get to be very curious, and so, Joe, dude, what's going on? Tell me a little bit about you, who you are, and what you like. Why are you here?
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty cool when I got the text from James saying, "Hey, you free Friday? Let's do a podcast." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." It's something I've always wanted to do. I never had done it, so just opportunity.
This is your first time?
First time doing a podcast.
Let's
like
go,
this.
dude.
Yeah, man. So
Oh,
thank you. Yeah,
nice.
I
break the ice.
An honor. But yeah, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm an employee. I'm a friend. There's lots of different avenues with that, but just trying to keep busy every day, stay out of trouble and just do the best I can in this life.
And he's also jacked, guys. I mean, look at those shoulders. This guy's popping out of my
newbie
stem right now,
right? I'm trying not to feel it.
Yeah, man. And so what's your background in fitness, and how did you even be in this world for a little while, right?
Yeah.
And that's what James was telling me a little bit beforehand. And so talk to me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it goes all the way back to high school. So I was just doing the math. So I'm about to be 36. I've been working out since 16. So for over half my life, I've been in the gym. So now 16 years old, man.
2 decades.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But it all started. So we'll go real deep. We're just going to dive into it.
Yeah, let's go.
Growing up, I was a little dude, right? A little skater punk. And I actually got bullied growing up.
Me too, dude. I was always the short kid, or it was good though. I'm actually super grateful for being the bullying builds character.
Honestly, it does. So I look back at it now, it's like if I ever see those people, I almost want to thank them because actually I do want to thank them because they're the ones that drove me to a certain thing, right? Then of course, it's to just gain confidence, just get stronger from there. But it's kind of like the Captain America thing, right? Defend the other ones that can't defend themselves.
Yeah, the underdog mentality.
Yeah, man. So I just started there in the high school weight room way up in Eagle River, Wisconsin. It's my hometown. And it took off then from sports and start getting some size. Hey, it's just cool. Then it just became just an addiction from there. I need my protein shake. And I didn't know anything about nutrition, back then. Is taking
more like a bro attempt at
it totally
fitness,
was.
right? Yeah.
Today's chest, tomorrow is biceps, and the next day is shoulders. So it's legs. We don't need legs yet,
Yeah.
And then working with different coaches and stuff there. It's if you're doing track, you should probably start doing lower biceps and legs get faster. And then as I actually started listening and incorporating it, I realized that it did help with the sports performance aspects.
And you like being more athletic. It's great.
It was definite benefit for sure.
Yeah.
So it started with that, then went to school for kinesiology. Got my first real world fitness position, Anytime Fitness. So started as a trainer there, and then was at Anytime Fitness it was close to a decade, kind of intermittently. There was a gap there for almost 3 years where I was a missionary. So I was a full-time disaster relief humanitarian aid organization. We're first responders based out of Louisiana. So then after that, I met my now wife there. And I'm like, well, if we're going to get married and do this, we should probably get a job. So talked with my connections from who I worked with back in Wisconsin previously. There was a job that opened up and everything kind of took off from there. So then was in Wisconsin doing that gig for a while. And then my wife's like, hey, let's move to Arizona. I'm like, cool. Winters in Wisconsin are not fun.
Yeah, Arizona sounds nice.
Yeah. So came down here and started Anytime Fitness and was there for another 3 years managing the East Valley on the PT side. And yeah, so it's just been a huge thing of mine. It's just been fun. This thing is going nuts. I love it. It's just, for one, just the confidence you get, just the overall health aspect of it, right? It's great. Obviously you want to look good, feel good, perform good. But I think one of my favorite things is just how you can influence and just help other people with it too. So gratifying to see people literally change their lives and get their confidence back, help them become a better version of themselves, see the joy get brought back, see them get healthy again. And it was great. And I still love doing that in other aspects.
It's so cool when someone makes a confidence shift and it just trickles into the rest of their life, and you see like, you know, it impact every single part of it, and it all happened because of like they hit a lift, right? You know, like it was something like, you know, like, but now they're all confident to try more things and do this and do that, and it just spirals with these, and it's so great.
But I feel like everyone will always remember the first time they benched 225, right? It's just forever burned in your brain. It's just this triumphant moment. So it's a cool thing.
And so you tell me about this mission, and what made you feel called to go on the mission, and how did it all work out for you?
The mission of fitness?
No, the actual, like, when you went,
Yeah, so
when you're a missionary.
Yeah, so when I was in school, so it was a faith-based organization, and there were connections through my local church back up in northern Wisconsin. And my parents presented it to me one day. And I'm like, you know, like this could be kind of something, but it's one of those things, you know, like in your heart and in your gut where you just know like this is something I have to do. Like you can't explain it other than you just like know, you know, it's probably the Lord telling you that, right?
Yeah, he's putting you in the right place.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go do this, and it forever just changed my life, you know. So we went into a 12-week boot camp to get things started, and my my instructor, my sergeant, is now my wife at the time. So we met there.
Oh, your instructor?
So she was my sergeant in boot camp, you know. And
awesome.
then over the years, we developed a friendship, and then fell in for more from there. So, but yeah, there's the Lord brought us together in that aspect. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was just going down and just serving. It was the whole point was basically to break down who you were, lose your identity, so that way you can build yourself up in the identity that Christ has for you. And we just go out and do like local missions around. But then when disasters would happen, we would go and respond. So first mission we did was Hurricane Isaac in Louisiana. I think that was 2012. And then responded to Superstorm Sandy up in New York. So we literally just go into mission mode, pack up the toter home, supplies, food, shelter, whatever we could do. Just go out and gut the houses, kind of help the people that were stuck in there. And then when the city kind of opened back up and people are getting back on their own, we would pull out, go back to port, and just work until we got shipped out again. So,
oh man,
yeah, it was wild couple of years.
That's awesome, and it's so fulfilling. I mean, that's the ultimate helping people, right? Like you're in the middle of like disaster help, right? And it's like you're doing stuff from like, you know, when you're personal training, you know, you're helping people on their like lifestyle and everyday stuff. But like, yeah, when you're in hurricane relief, right? Like it's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. And so, fascinating. How do you take that approach from like your faith base, and how does that align with like the fitness side of things and everything? Because the discipline there and the discipline, they carry over, right?
Yeah, they absolutely do. So it is, discipline is the perfect word for that. I mean, as you know, to get physically fit and just to eat right, to dedicate time to go to the gym, you have to give up certain other aspects of life, certain comforts, so to speak. So if you
price for paradise.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you want to watch another episode of TV at night or whatever show you're watching. Like, well, I should probably go to bed so I can get up and go to the gym. Well, I'm just going to sit here and watch a show. And then it gets late. Then you're too tired in the morning, so you don't work out and you miss it for the day because of work or whatever, you know?
And you took the trade-off.
Yeah. So it's just making those sacrifices to get the ultimate goal of what you want. And you know, there's some days, well, I'll still like miss workouts or whatever, but it's really what you want. And for me, it started as kind of like a selfish thing, right? Because I need to get strong, I need to be more confident, this and that. But now being a dad and being a husband, I want to be there for my son. I want to be there for my wife. I want to be healthy and active and be able to run around on the ground with him and go do things and pick him up and throw him and just stay healthy that way.
And lead by example, because a lot of like, is it a son or a daughter?
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Abel.
Oh yeah. So yeah, young boys look at their dads and like they, you know, see them and look up to them and they want to become like them, right?
I
like,
want to be a superhero,
hopefully they want to become like their dad, right? Or they respect their dad enough to feel like that, right? You know, and so like that's how they shape the masculine and the feminine, is learning about their parents, right? Yeah. And so the responsibility of you being a dad, like, so is this your first?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, congratulations.
Thank
yes.
you.
And so how's that, you know, transition into fatherhood been, you know, after, you know, the setup?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, from a fitness aspect, I have a newfound respect for the dad bod that everyone talks about, right? Like, oh, you don't have the time, you're tired, not eating right. And my biggest advice I give to anyone is, if you're thinking of having kids, get your fitness routine prioritized first, so that way you can know kind of how to fit it into your lifestyle, right? Versus like having a kid and then try to
be fit. Yeah.
Because there's really not enough time. Like, we have our garage is a gym, and I still have a hard time getting in there. Like right now, my workouts are, on a good week, 4 times a week for 60 minutes at a time. And it's all functional movements, a lot of just compound things.
You're trying to get as much in as you can, be efficient and supersetting, and
Exactly, yeah, because I don't have time to spend just multiple hours at the gym and then drive to go do it. It's like, it's just not real. And then you want to be present for your family too, so just taking that time away can be kind of a selfish aspect, but at the same time, you need to balance it because I need time to decompress, to go from work and just like being a father and a husband. I need Joe time. Right?
You'll be a better person if you, in those other areas, if you get to at least get your Joe time in.
Yeah. You know, for some people, it's just like sitting down and just like watching TV and just kind of hiding away. For me, I need to go get out this energy. And I've had some of my clearest thoughts while I'm in the gym. I've heard the Lord speak to me more times in the gym than elsewhere, because maybe because I'm broken down, I'm tired, I'm weak, and I'm like more vulnerable that way. Like,
I also think it's like, I honestly believe it's like a lot to do with like nervous system connection. So like when you lift and like you have like these electrodes on you right now, like we feel more, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you feel more in your body, you feel more like you know more up here. You're more connected in general, right?
Yeah.
Like how you do anything is how you do everything. But if you're connected, then you're connected like spiritually too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And so I think that like I've only found God in many workouts, right? Like where I'm at like my exhaustion point, or like when I'm in like an Ironman, I did like where I literally like couldn't move and I fell over and like all of those things. Like those are the times when I meet God. Like it's not like, you know, like, and that's why I think I chase a lot of like the endurance stuff. It's because like you see that benefit and you see like how it like connects you back to your soul more so than your, you know, worldly, whatever mix of social media you got going on right now.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it's cool just to have that time and just to do something, you know, just clear your mind and then kind of get back at it and trying to keep like that moment, almost like sacred, in the fact that like when you step out of the gym, you know, life is still going to be there, all those other problems, but you need that separate time just to, in your little gym bubble, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Just to focus on you and block out everything else, because the minute you leave, life hits you again. So.
All right. And then, so now you're not in the fitness industry now.
That's correct.
All right. Tell me what you do now and where does that go?
Yeah. So I work in cybersecurity for a consulting company called Patriot Consulting. We're a Microsoft partner, so we configure, remediate, help secure companies' environments exclusively with Microsoft cloud technology.
How did you switch from, you know, fitness industry to that? I mean, they sound like polar opposite worlds, and like, where do your interests lie in between there so that you could have made that switch?
Yeah. So I'll try and keep it short. Long story. But it was an answered prayer, right place, right time kind of moment. My wife was going to FIT New York. She had accepted to go there for fashion. And at the time, like, well, how are we going to do this? Like, are you going to go live in the dorms? Am I going to like stay here and work? Because there's no Anytime Fitness in New York. The closest one is Jersey. And I don't know if you've ever like driven out east, especially in the city. It's a nightmare. So like, I'm not going to commute back and forth. So like, well, what are we going to do? So like, you know what, Lord, like just open up a door for some way, another, whatever it would be. And he did. So I got connected with this company, and it allowed me to go to New York to work, and it's a completely remote, 100% remote.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it worked out very well, and I've been doing that. Started just at a very low, just kind of entry level position, and being able like to work my way up, you know.
And you saw that there was growth in this company, and you might, you know, develop through it, and so you're going through that now.
Yep, absolutely. And the owners, the CEO, just phenomenal human beings, believers as well. So once again, like the Lord just connected those dots together that way too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's cool. But that's the thing, just his vision for the company is literally just helping as many people as you can. That's the whole goal, is just to be there, be helpful, you know, from like a sales position, and just like in the corporate world, a lot of it's just like so focused on like money and revenue. And
it's just like, how do you sell them? And it's like, well, no, how do we help them? And then your sales will be fine. Yeah, I mean,
that's it. Yeah, you focus on helping people and not what the dollars of revenue can say. And then everything just kind of just comes full from there, you know, which is that helping hand. I
mean, all word of mouth comes from good products, right? So like everyone who has a good product, they're like, oh, I'm going to tell my friends about that good product, right? So you don't even have to do any marketing if you just have the good product first. Like, and a lot of people, I went to marketing school, like that was my major in college. And I, you know, at first I was like, man, I'm kind of mad that I'm in this major because it's psychological warfare out there. There's like sell at all costs. They're like, and I'm so glad that the market's changing to like a more genuine selling, where it's like, people can see through. They got easy ways to research. AI can like pull up whatever study you want, and like we can really not get sold on something without good data, or like, you know, something of that nature, where you don't know, none of those psychological sales tricks work as good as just like a pure human having a conversation with you and being like, this worked for me, can you help me, right? Like, and
that's it. I mean, think of it this way: if you go to a car dealership and it's the exact same truck, you're going to essentially buy that truck from the person that you feel the most connected to, that you feel like you can trust, right? That you believe was actually there to help you and answer your questions, will be there when you need them. That's the difference. Because if we're selling Microsoft cloud technology, other contracting companies do that too. But it's how we present that to them and be there with them, work through their problems, be helpful, be committed to them. That's the big difference. Because a product is a product, but just the expertise and the knowledge and the friendliness behind it, right? When you're working with them, that's what's really important. So,
and I like how you said help work with them through their problems, not necessarily like do the work for them and like solve it and like because again, like it's just like when you're becoming a dad, right? Like you're not gonna like do everything for your kid, or else he's not gonna have any value of hard work and earning it, right? You're gonna like. You have to like teach people how to do it. Like even your clients, you know, you can't just lift the weights for them. So you have to show them how to lift the weights, and then it like same thing with that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. We're under the philosophy: you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And that's honestly what it is. Yeah, it's a huge education and knowledge transfer. So that way one day they don't need us. You know, we're not going to just do something for them and kind of like, oh, well, you got to sign up again. You know, so like, no, we're going to give you everything right here. And then they feel like really seen and heard and taken care of. So when something else comes up, they come back. You know, once again, it leads back to just helpfulness. That's all. That's what it's about.
I heard someone say that like all like therapies and stuff is just a placebo effect. It's just we have a bunch of really good practitioners that are really intentful on helping each other, helping people, and all this other stuff is just, you know, making them feel good. But really it's just that person-to-person contact. And a lot of times it is like part of it, right? Like a big, massive like link on like, you know, down regulation of the nervous system and letting someone just like relax in your presence, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And so cool, man. And so now you've been in the industry for 10 years for fitness, and let's go back a little bit to that. And so I'm in the fitness industry, and I'm like, any golden nuggets or tips or tricks that you learned over the years that maybe you wish you knew at the beginning of your fitness journey?
It's so funny. Nobody wants to hear what the secret sauce is, right? It's sleep and nutrition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I hate that it's sleep because it's my worst one too. I understand. I know, but it is true. It's the truth. My watch will tell me that my heart rate's slower every time I get a good night's rest, and it's so important.
Yeah, and that too. You know, you put in the right fuel, you're going to get better results, better performance. And I did my first bodybuilding show in 2016. And even though I was a trainer at that point, I still hired a coach because I'm like, there's so much I don't know. And that's one thing in life in general, especially in fitness, just in general, you need to be coachable, right? Because there's always someone that knows more than you. Even these experts, like coaches have coaches, professional athletes have coaches.
Tiger has 20.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you need
He's the
that
best.
sort of
He's
advice.
the GOAT.
Yes.
He has 20.
Yeah.
Like he has more than the regular person, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, my coach taught me how to eat healthy, how to eat right. You know, and I did eat healthy, but a lot of people eat healthy and they don't understand why they're not losing the weight or why they're feeling bloated or inflamed.
Just because you eat good food doesn't mean you're like optimizing the amount of food.
That's
you know?
exactly it. So learning how to optimize that. I remember my my fitness pal, you know, typing everything like to the gram, the exact amount of calories for that day. And I see why people get discouraged because it's tedious.
It's hard, and if you don't count right, you could be so off. And then it's just like one little thing of oil is way more calories than, you know, some big piece of, I don't know, fruit. It's just such a fascinating, you know, diet. It's crazy.
Yeah, so people just don't understand like how much you're actually eating. I'm like, just for a day, like eat exactly like you would normally, but just track it for a day. Just track everything and see where you're at, and just to get an idea. And then if they do, they're like, whoa, like, yeah, I was way over on carbs. I didn't even know I was eating this much. And that's my advice, is just do it so you see where you're at, or get used to eating a certain amount. Because now I don't remember the last time I've tracked any sort of food. Yeah. But I mentally gauge it. Like, okay, I woke up this morning, I had half a carton of egg whites, a scoop of protein with my oats and banana. Okay, so that's 60 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, scoop of peanut butter, maybe 28 grams of fat. So you can kind of do it, and you look back, okay, so I need this many more grams of whatever. But I don't track it. It's just I make those conscious choices, so I'm getting what I need throughout the day.
Yeah, just a little bit of awareness can go so far for like just knowing which direction you're going, right? Awareness is the first step to solving addiction. It's also the first step to making nutrition changes.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of people, like, you know, counting is overwhelming. That is true. But we all eat the same 15 meals. So once you've learned to count, like, you know, the 10 meals you have pretty frequently every week over and over again, you're going to have a good awareness of like what you're doing and where you're missing up, right? Like if you make a list of your foods, I know which you know that you can just cut out and make yourself healthier, or add in. And like, you know, what we're missing is, because I think that's also another thing, is a lot of people are nutrient deficient in other ways too. A lot of times they're only eating, you know, fiberless foods, or like all animal based protein, and you're like, oh man, well there's like a caveat to going animal based and going carnivore and learning these fad diets. You have to learn how to do them right, and like and temporarily if you're depending on where you're at. And so
I mean, like you said, macronutrients are one thing, but micronutrients are another. If you eat just plain boiled chicken breast and white rice, macros are going to be there, but you're missing out on those little micronutrients that actually help with everything else, So supplementation of, magnesium, that's a huge one. It really, really important just for general nervous system function and muscle development and function as well. Like
take it every day.
Yeah, you need to. You need to. So it's just the diet's tough to get started. Once you know, it doesn't need to be perfect. And it's like the 90-10
It doesn't need
rule.
to be perfect. That's also like people overwhelm themselves with like trying to eat healthy. Yeah. But also I do think that the priority is the amount first. Quality comes after quantity. Like, yes, you can eat the perfect diet, but if you're not eating enough, you're going to be malnourished. And if you're eating too much, you're going to gain weight. Like, it's the truth, regardless of if you have healthy food or not healthy food. So like dialing in on that priority there. Yeah. But what are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. And it's tough because some people are like, well, I can't just eat the same thing over and over because I love food for the taste. And once you look at food for nutrition versus just taste, it's a mindset shift. It really is. If you can get used to eating it, it's fine. I look at it this way. Like some of the food I make, like it looks like a bowl of dog food. Let's be honest. I know what's in it, but I eat it quick.
It's fuel.
It's healthy. It's fuel. But then when I do go out and I get a hamburger or go get pizza or whatever, that food tastes so much better. It tastes so much better.
It's awesome because you've been eating all this like whatever, and then all of a sudden it's a delicacy now instead of me having it every day and it being my normal.
Yeah,
right?
And then again, like because you get all the extra like fat and salt and whatever too, you actually like you kind of
needed it.
Up.
You're
like
your
veins pop up. You feel
I've been in a
full,
deficit for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I eat one bad day, and it actually helps me on my journey, which is awesome.
It can boost your metabolism and actually burn more calories. Wake up leaner the next morning. Like I just ate a whole pizza. Why am I leaner than I was yesterday? It's weird how the body works like that, but it's just learning how to manipulate your body in the best way that suits your lifestyle.
And sometimes it scares people when they like cut things out of there, and they're like, I'm never gonna have it again. And they're like, but I love that thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, you've created such a deep like passionate association with that junk food that it's like you're scared to let go of it for a week.
Food is an addiction.
Yeah,
it really can be.
And I think that a lot of people treat it like it's not as much of a big deal, but it's just as big as any of those other addictions out there.
Yep. Yeah. And, I mean, some people smoke cigarettes. Some people stress eat potato chips.
Yeah, I mean? You're still coping.
It's still a coping mechanism, still a crutch. It's just in a different version.
So what do you do to cope properly? If you were to have something or to teach a client to cope properly?
Yeah, I guess my big stress reliever is still just it's two. One, working out, right? Just movement. To go clear my mind. But I love to just. You ever heard the term putzing?
Putzing, like putzing around,
just putzing
around. Yeah,
that's it. I put in my headphones, just put in music, do the noise canceling, and I'll just putz around the kitchen, cleaning little things, going out in the yard, just doing little things here and there. Just being quiet, being in my mind with my own thoughts, and just not talking, just doing stuff, just being active. Just it's very like it still gets tiring because you're still on your feet moving around. But I love just putzing. It's a great way just to clear my mind.
Wow, I'm gonna do that this week. That's like my homework for the week is to putz around a little bit. Yeah, for a little while, for an hour.
We were out at dinner. It was probably like a year ago now with a couple, and we're talking like what my days look like and like work and everything too. We're like, okay, well if you work these days, like what do you do in your free time? I'm like, well, I mean, I work out, sometimes I'll go like, just for fun, like I'll break down, like clean my guns, whatever that would be. And they're like, what do you do with the rest of the time? And I sat there and I thought, I'm like, what do I do? And it came back to, I'm like, I putz. I just do little projects here and there. Like, well, no, but what more do you do? I'm like, I don't know. Like I get all the big major tasks done. Then I just putz. I do little side
like,
quests,
if you took like a recording of the whole day, you'd be like, I did a lot actually, but you're like, I don't know really directionally which way I was going in them. You just putz it around. Yeah,
just organizing stuff, cleaning stuff, and just decompressing from a long day or long week, whatever. So,
oh, what a fascinating concept, putzing around. I like it.
So good. It's healing.
And so so let's putz, and then now you take it a little bit off of that. Who influenced you to teach you all this stuff? Like, I mean, I know you have a really strong faith. It sounds like it's how you speak through a lot of that stuff, right?
I'm where I'm at because of the Lord. He completely flip-flopped and changed my life. So yeah. What was the question?
Just like where does all this like morality stem from, and like your influences? Like who influences you?
Yeah. So honestly, a big one would be my father. Just born and bred Midwestern man out of Wisconsin. Growing up, I would see him just putzing a lot, you know, and I never.
That's where you got it from.
Yeah, you know, and I never understood why, like on weekends or after work, he would just be so okay just to go mow the grass or just go like do like clip the garden or go like just scrape the side of the house from the paint and repaint it and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, oh, like that's work, that's chores, that's not fun. The older I'm getting now, I'm like, that's all I want to do. Like, let me just go in the back and just weed whack real quick. Let me go clean the grass. Let me go build something, you know? Like, I don't need to go out. I need to go do that. Like, let me just stay home with my family and just putz around and just do things. It's just that the work mentality, you know? It's refreshing to not feel the need to go out and go do a bunch of things, but just being content with where you're at and doing things that are going to like help better your future or your family's future. Just little things like just organizing your house, just staying clean, keeping things neat and tidy, and whatever it may be. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. So your dad and God.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Major influences.
Both fathers.
So, yeah. Yeah. And you just see different things. Like it's you can see people that have like their life like put together. You know, it's kind of asking them like, well, what did you do? What were your steps to get to where you're at? You know, so it's all like little steps that in the right direction can lead you somewhere. And I feel like that's what this kind of podcast is about too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Is just finding that sort of path that gets you to your end goal and the steps it takes to get there. So.
Yeah. And so what is paradise to you? Like, you know, and so, and how are you going to pay it? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And so, no, really, what's your paradise? What's like the future paradise? What is like your goals? Like what are you striving towards?
Yeah. That is a heavy question. Actually.
I know. I'm just going to go deep, right? Real quick.
Yeah. You know, it's honestly from me and my family, happy, healthy, whole. You know, I know it's kind of just like a broad sort of term, happy, healthy, whole, but it's getting to a place to where everyone is taken care of, everyone feels loved, everyone's just like happy. You know, life can throw certain curveballs at you.
Wrenches are everywhere, and so you know they get throw in the cogs, and it's sometimes you just gotta like be able to shield them off and like get back to baseline.
Yep. I mean, eventually, we want to move to a new spot, probably just a different state, somewhere a little bit deeper in the woods. Have some just land just to get outside. You know, with my boy being young. Growing up, I had the childhood climbing trees. You know, eating pine cones, whatever it would be. Just growing up, building forts in the woods, playing with sticks. And I want that for him too. No, that's a real childhood. I feel like, you know, not just being just stuck in the house, being stuck on an iPad or whatever. Like, just go be a boy, go be a kid. So just to have space like that, who knows? Maybe goats and chickens, maybe farm a little bit. Just kind of get not necessarily like off grid, but just to have that sort of space. Just
we're not gonna go full
nature.
James yet, but you know,
and he's hardcore, man. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. Shout out to James, but
yeah, I mean that's it. It's just being able to be in a position where I can financially and physically provide for my family. And just be the man that I know the Lord has created me to be, and just taking the right steps to get there. So.
Dude, I love it, man. It sounds like you got it, you know, put together right now.
Trying, man. It's every day. You know, there's days can knock you down. So it's just putting your best foot forward every day.
Mm-hmm. So over your, you know, many journeys, have you ever like gone through like big adversities in life and like anything that like, you know, you had to overcome along the way?
Big adversities
that shaped you?
Yeah. So I will say, and I don't know if you call it like an adversity, but there was a period. There was a very big trial that we went through, a very, very hard season with the nonprofit, was the ministry, the disaster relief. We actually got shipwrecked for 3 months.
Oh my gosh!
So we were sailing ministry, right?
Yeah.
And just
cool.
about
yeah,
so
sick. Until you get shipwrecked.
Until you get shipwrecked. Yeah. Oops. Right. It's about 60 miles south of Cozumel. We were sailing from Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's supposed to go to Honduras. We're a 67-foot wooden sailboat. Instead of sticking like along the coast, we decided to cut straight through the Gulf of Mexico. I guess there's big waves out there, right?
Yeah.
So for 5 days, it was high seas and winds. We ripped 3 of our sails.
Oh my gosh.
We couldn't make repairs. We couldn't eat anything because the boat's going up and down and sideways, right? And it's a roller coaster. You just cannot.
And you're just holding on to stuff. And
yeah,
like,
everyone's seasick,
bracing.
But you still have to like motor the boat and still like sail, right?
Yeah.
And that thing, like when they say like all hands on deck, that's a very real thing. So if you wake up from a very like limited sleep and then the wind shifts and all the boom swings completely around, this giant like phone pole.
Yeah.
Basically, and if that hits you and you fall off, like, well, we threw a line out the back. off the stern, so that way if you fall off and get behind, so you can grab this rope, because you can't just stop a sailboat, right? So grab it, and hang on. It's one of those. So it's like
pull you in, like, oh man.
Yeah, so just like high adrenaline. So long story short, we pulled off to make repairs. Squall came in, pushed us to an uncharted sandbar, and we got stuck hard. The sailboat needed 7 feet of water to float. We were sitting in 4 feet of water. So the keel at the bottom, just the keel, 69 tons of lead. So it's like a bobber, right? So that's buried in the sand, sitting hard by 3 feet. Yeah, it was an issue.
Yeah.
So that adversity was just trying to get unstuck, right?
Yeah.
It's a very long thing, but that whole journey, like, and when you're in trials, just in life in general, you can't see what's happening. You don't understand why. I still don't know why we got stuck, but there was a reason.
And then what were you learning along the way? Like, what did you like have to do while you're out there? Like, how long you're out there for, and then how long you get shipwrecked, and what are you battling?
Yeah, so it was 3 months to get unstuck, and what I'd say persistence and perseverance, self-control was a big one, right? Because you get stressed out, tempers get short when you're working against things. I was one of the divers. I was in the water all day underneath the sailboat trying to get like the airbags in there, wrap the lines around. Basically, we're trying to get it to float up, right?
Yeah.
We get everything set. Like, okay, perfect. So in the morning when the high tide comes in, we're going to air up these saddlebags. We're going to float out. We get up in the morning. Tides came in. Undid all the work. Week after week after week, that was happening. So the full day of work undone. Get back in. Do it again. And it was frustrating, man.
That's got
But at the same point too, that whole goosebumps. That whole experience of being wrecked proved to me beyond the shadow of a doubt that God is real and He's alive. I saw literal miracles happen right in front of my eyes that cannot be explained otherwise. And maybe that's the whole reason. So everyone, if we got stuck because of me, just realize it, I'm sorry.
My bad, guys.
But no, I mean, a lot of people just saw these things. It's just undeniable. So no matter what someone tells me, like, they can't shake my faith. I saw what I saw. I know what I felt. He woke me up from a dream one night, like yelling at me because I was yelling at him. Just crazy things
you're
like
wrestling
that.
with God, and like He was really there with you. Like you're feeling all of that energy.
Yeah, it was one of those nights. So I was getting super frustrated. Like all the work was undone. I'm cold. You're tired. You're just wet all day. Just not feeling good. And I was in a bad attitude. So Cabby's like, you're done. Like just get out of here. So I'm like, okay. So I went down into the saloon and just went to just lay down, take a nap. So I had my Bible, and I'm laying down, closing my eyes. I mean, like done like mad praying before, like God, what is happening?
It's probably like the best kind of praying because it's the most intentful. Like you're you're real, you're there, you're talking to God right now, like for real.
Yeah. And I'm asking, like, why are we here? Like, why are we still stuck? Why aren't you getting us out? And I'm like praying this as I'm kind of like dozing off. And I'm in that like half awake, half asleep sort of state. Mm-hmm. And as I'm like praying this, I just hear like a small whisper said, Exodus 6. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I just was laying there still. Then I hear it again a little bit louder, Exodus 6. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I hear Exodus 6. I'm like,
all right, I'll go get my Bible.
And I open up my eyes and I'm like, what? And I opened it up. In my mind, I'm praying, I'm like, why are we still here? Why haven't you got us out yet? That was the prayer. And I opened up to Exodus 6, and big, bold words at the top said, God promises deliverance. I'm like, but when? When is this going to happen? So, but just crazy
He's
stuff
just letting
like that.
you know it's coming, but you're just not going to get allowed to know when.
Yeah, man. So it's just things like that. And it's just learning just to trust in Him and just like trust in others to work together, just teamwork and perseverance. Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds. It's in the book of James. And that's what it is. It's just putting your best foot forward, trusting in God, working towards a situation, just not giving up. Life gets tough for everyone.
Oh yeah,
even believers, man.
No, especially believers. Wait, what do you mean? Like they're the most persecuted. Like you look over history books, you see what happens.
Jesus didn't say, "Pick up your cross. Life is going to be easy. Follow me for a sweet paradise."
Right.
No, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. But there's such a joy that you can find in that, and just like this. It molds you just to overcome adversity in that aspect, whether it's through work or through family or just like individuals in certain ways, but just having that sort of self-control and patience, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. That's applicable in everyday life.
I love it, dude. Yeah. And so if I'm like on my God journey, which I am, what would you recommend to dive deeper into like my studies on the Bible and different stuff? Like, how did you, get so deep into it? Sounds like you got a lot memorized ready. Like, especially when it happens like to you and he's like, listen to this verse, but
Well, the thing, I don't even remember the last time I read Exodus and that just happened. That's all I know.
That's
so like,
wild. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just exactly right at the top of the page, big bold letters, God promises deliverance. No, and I mean from a study plan, like I don't say I necessarily have a study plan. You know, right now I'm in the book of Romans. Great book. You should read it sometime.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have already, right?
We're like in it at church actually.
Yeah.
Romans chapter 12 is
That's
like,
right where I was.
the
12:5,
best one.
talking
Yep.
about your gifts. Yeah, exactly. But you know, wisdom, right? We need to go into every day having a sort of plan of attack, right? Knowing we know what's right and wrong, but just how to discern certain situations, how to use wisdom and be wise in situations. If you use the Proverbs reading guide, right? You look at the book of Proverbs, the book of wisdom, right? There's 31 days in a month, right? I mean, so 30, 29. There's 31 books of Proverbs. So whatever the day's date is. So today's the 29th. You read the 29th book of Proverbs. Boom. Simple reading plan.
I like it, dude.
That's
Great.
That's one of the easiest ways to jump in.
I like it a lot. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then, what church do you go to? And like, where at?
Yeah. So Trinity Church.
Trinity. Okay, I know that one. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been once. Do you guys have that one pastor? What's his name? Mark Driscoll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're also going to. We've been back and forth to Bethel in Chandler here.
Oh, cool.
So we have some friends over there that introduced us that way too. So yeah, kind of back and forth between them, depending on the kid's schedule too, right? So when he wakes up, we got to plan around nap time because we don't want him to be a disaster out in public too. So
yeah. No, it took me like 5 churches to figure out like which church I wanted to go to and like where. And so like, what made you decide Trinity of all churches, and like why do you find that that's like, you know, what you resonate with?
Yeah, you know, and it's one of those things like church shopping, right? We'll say there is no perfect church, right? It's not necessarily going to hit every single, because you can't control the people that come in there. You're going to have a mix of people from every single direction. But the main thing that we look for in churches is that the preaching is from the Bible, right? That it's not watered down to or twisted to fit a comfy lifestyle to make you feel good, right? If you're in a service and something gets preached and you feel like convicted about it, or like, oh, it kind of hurt my feelings.
Uncomfortable? Well, that's probably for you.
Because you needed to hear it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. You know, so just not water down. Like, just give me the meat and potatoes. You know, just give it to me how it is. You know.
Yeah, like if you're a personal trainer, you have to tell them how it is.
That's it. You can't be scared to hurt someone's feelings. Like, don't do it on purpose. But if you're telling the truth and they receive it, like, it's up to them. They need to be open to
like, I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm trying to help you here. Like, and that's where it's like, I have to tell you you're overweight. It's truth. You are overweight. Sorry about it. I have numbers to objectify it, to prove to you that you are in an unhealthy state, and we can get you out of there. Yeah. And I can show you other people that have had progress and do better after they've lost the weight. So like, you know, but it's hard for people to, you know, when they're there, accept that, especially like me all the time. Like, I rationalize 100 reasons why I'm doing fine, and then it's like, you're really, I'm just pushing it off until like, you know, some other thing. But mine just doesn't happen to be with the food. Sometimes it does. I gained 20 pounds in December, so I definitely can do it.
It's winter, it's bulking season, it's fine. It's fine.
I ate a whole cake in one day. It's whatever, you know.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Around like Thanksgiving time, those pumpkin pies from Costco.
Oh man,
I had an issue. I went through 5 pumpkin pies in 4 weeks. Like, I'm talking like the big pumpkin pies, but it's a vegetable, so it's healthy. And you eat it post workout. That's when it's the best time for you. So I'm just justifying it. You know what I mean?
I always tell people carbs are good around your workouts. Just bring candy to the gym. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So if you're gonna eat like that, just do it before or after
at your lift. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I love pumpkin pie, bro. It's so good.
No, it's a solid, especially the Costco one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's so good.
Well, man, we got like 7 minutes or so left. Any last things you want to bring up that you're really passionate about that I haven't touched on in your life? Faith, fitness, anything?
I mean, faith, fitness, family, those are my big ones, you know. It's just, you know, we all know how to be the best version of ourselves, or we have an idea of what that can look like, but it's just taking the steps to get there. It's just working on yourself first, you know. Being coachable, learning to admit when you're wrong, which I still work on that, you know, being a husband. It's learning your wife's emotions and sitting and like meeting her where she's at and not getting super defensive with things, but just being understanding, being, again, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. Meet people where they're at, gonna understand them, and just have like a sense of love, just like towards every situation. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
We can all say these words on a podcast, and like, but we have to relive it and battle that battle every time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, just taking each day as it comes. And just I mean, it's really the golden rule, right? Treat others how you want to be treated. And that helps a lot. Again, easier said than done.
Like if you wanted to follow, like if the all of the things in the Bible like kind of lead back to just treating people like you'd want to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, right? Like that fills pretty much all the boxes.
Yeah.
And so I love it, man. Well, dude, this has been a pleasure meeting you and like actually getting to know you. So this is cool, and thank you, James, for hooking us up. Yeah, you're the man. But this is where can we find you on like any socials or anything that we can plug you with?
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on there. I'm not like super active on there, but I'm on there.
You can see family stuff and faith stuff and fitness stuff. Yeah, like a little bit.
Yeah, mainly fitness
family,
stuff on there. We actually don't poster boy on social media. If we do, it's just the back of his head.
Oh, smart.
Working in cyber, AI is getting crazy.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
So
no, I get
to
that.
each their own. They want to post them. We're just not doing that.
Yeah, learning to use AI as a tool and not letting it consume your life, guys, because it's it's scary out there with the AIs.
Yeah, it's getting nuts. But yeah, so Mr.Joe.Gaff on Instagram. But yeah, I'm all over there. You'll see different posts in there from shout out Uber Water and Performance Supplements here in Mesa. Two of my really good friends own that company. They built it, and it's phenomenal, actually. So yeah, here. Performance Sups here, locally owned.
Nice.
But yeah, just really good guys, really good supplements that way too. And it's all about like performance based. Kind of funny. Long story short on that one. Alex Freaky, the founder and formulator of the products, he couldn't find products that he liked for the right dosage of certain compounds in the pre-workouts, whatever it would be. So he was like, I'm just gonna make my own. He has a degree in biochem. Ex-bodybuilder, still just super fit guy, right? So he just started his own company, just so
epic.
It's like good enough for me, it's good enough for everyone else, sort of deal. And it's phenomenal products. So, yeah.
Oh, dude, I love it. And I mean, real quick before we go, what do you take, and what makes you look so jacked?
Yeah.
What's your supplement stack, and like how did you get those shoulders, bro?
Yeah. The eSIM is helping a lot right now. They're still twitching, I'll tell you. No, sir. I mean, right now for performance, big one is the pre-grow. So regular pre-workout, I think it's like 250 milligrams of caffeine. So not a ton, but citrulline is in there.
Some pump formula stuff.
Just pump formula. Yep. I mean, the whole line is good, but just very simple pre-workouts. Take beetroot, powder.
Love some beetroot powder.
Yep.
Some blood flow stuff.
You get used to the taste on that too, right? Yeah. But then I'll throw pink salt in my pre-workout, right? Stay hydrated that way too. Pumps.
Gotta have extra salt.
But man, a lot of it, I don't train super heavy anymore. It's just a lot of like volume, a lot of like, agility type stuff. I don't remember the last time I've done like even leg press. Granted, I don't have a leg press in my garage gym.
Yeah.
But a lot of Bulgarian split squats. I do a lot of handstands actually for shoulders.
Oh, nice. So that's what it is. I'm a handstand guy too. So I love it.
Fun superset. Try this. Get into a handstand. Put your feet against a wall. Handstand for as long as you can, right? And then as soon as you're about to collapse, come down safely. Then grab 10 or 15 pound dumbbells. Lateral raises as many as you can, and then wait 2 minutes and do it again for like 4 sets. Your traps and shoulders.
I'll send a video on my Instagram this week, guys. We'll see. You'll see me be doing that exact protocol.
But yeah, man,
I like it.
It goes back again, just staying hydrated, just eating healthy and clean from there. But again, I've been training for over half my life, so
the 20 years really does it, guys. I think that's usually probably what happens with muscle maturity.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks again for coming on the podcast, brother. This has been awesome, and guys, go look for him on Instagram, and we'll catch you guys next week on The Price for Paradise. My name's Woody, and aloha. Boom!
Woo!
Nailed it, bro.
This was fun, dude.
Right? This is great. A lot of great information. A lot of, dude, and your perspective's awesome about faith and everything. Like, I've been really diving into that, like, on my own.
Yeah.
And then I feel like a lot of people have been, like, following me, have been seeing that and getting a lot of help from that when I talk about that with people. Because it's like, everyone, you see them on social media, you see the highlight reel, but you don't see like the dark place where they talked about like, I saw God and he told me how to get out of here and he helped me get through this and I don't know how I would have without it, and that's what people need to see, is because like a lot of people are in those places and then they need a way out, and it's like, well, just let go. Like, you can, and everyone can at any point. So,
yeah, that's exactly, you nailed it, man. Like, social media is a highlight reel. Everyone shows off their best, their brightest, whatever, but they don't see the negativity that's behind it, or just like the dark side of like fitness and social media too. And that's one thing. I didn't want to dive like super into that, but like maybe I should have said it, being a light in the fitness industry, because especially from the bodybuilding world, it can be a super dark place. You know, very, very selfish, very judgmental.
Aesthetic based, like too much sexualization.
Yes.
And, like, stuff like that, which where like bodybuilding, if you do it right, it's like a science, and it's like cool about like, you know, the body parts, and it's not as sexual at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but then people sexualize it because it's like, oh, he's wearing underwear on stage and you can see everything, every little, and you're like, well, but like, that's not what this is about. This is about his deltoids that are freaking massive and they're popping out and striated.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And people don't understand as far as like, from a training aspect, like, people that I've met before, they ask like, well, have you ever done like geared on steroids? I'm like, well, no, like I haven't.
You look like you do.
See, honestly, and I appreciate that.
That's actually why I like asked the supplement question a little bit, because I'm like, is he on steroids? Like, this would be a good place for him to say it if he wanted to, but you know.
No, thank you, and I appreciate that. And honestly, like, I find them so fascinating. They're so intriguing.
I'm a nerd about them too, but I just don't take them.
No, and the reason why I don't is because I feel like I would like them too much, and it would ruin training for me, because I know what I could do on it, and then I wouldn't want to stop using them, because I would get to a point,
further and further,
and then
away
you
from your
stop.
family,
Yes.
like other stuff, and
And
like
then
the trade-off.
Exactly.